So what does dextrose do in muscle? Well, indeed, the same thing. It can create proliferation. And that was studied in animal study. This is done by Tsai and published in 2018. They took 48 mice and they produced a mass drop injury. Now, they took these mice and they anesthetized them so that they could take a 60-gram weight and drop it on their gastroc. So this created an MDI, a mass drop injury. This is not enough to hurt their bones, and actually it did not substantially impair their walking. But they took a biopsy and analysis at 1 week, and they had 6 groups. First group had no mass drop injury. Second had a mass drop injury, but were not treated by injection. Third was injected with dextrose 10%, 2 hours. So this was a post-acute contusion study because that's a lot of the interest around muscles and how they could respond to dextrose. Next group had 20% dextrose, next had 30% dextrose, and the next had diclofenac injection or an anti-inflammatory. All this was again at 2 hours. The macrophage infiltration was measured by an F4/80 protein. And don't want to get complicated here, but if this protein decreases, it means less macrophage infiltration or a reduced duration of that inflammation or macrophage infiltration at 1 week. And they also measured muscle satellite cell regeneration. That was measured by the Desmond protein. And again, not complicated here, as the Desmond protein rises, indicates more muscle satellite cells are growing. So here's the first stain. It's an immunohistochemical stain, IHC. So it's an F40/80. And you'll notice on the left, that's muscle drop injury. And on the right, there's less take-up of the F4 and 80 protein. There's less proliferation, and there's less presence of macrophages with D10, D20, D30, or diclofenac. And D10 had the least. Now, if we look at the proliferation effects, the highest Desmond protein stain was in D10, more than D20, more than D30, and more than diclofenac. And here you'll see on the left the muscle drop injury without any dextrose or any injections. And on the right, you can see the amount of stain that's taken out that indicates satellite cells being produced for muscle repair. So here's the findings. All dextrose levels decrease serum LDH and CPK levels, by the way. Also evidence of improving muscle damage. And the conclusion was that injection with 10% dextrose, again a non-inflammatory level, once after a contusion-induced muscle injury, showed better therapeutic effect than 20 or 30% dextrose or diclofenac. And 10% dextrose, in the author's words, has great potential for more effective muscle repair after a sterile contusion injury. So obviously a lot more research needs to be done and is merited in this area.